in the bands, whether it's in their map pools, and Flyquest put up such a good fight. And Cozy, I think just momentum-wise, the fact that Flyquest just played,
this is esports, but in sports we see that all the time. Momentum carries. Guys, it's the moment you've been... Though, very interesting for 100 Thieves. Obviously, to save that after that pick, we know we see Terra on a lot of things, but clearly, you know, going to want to get that...
Pivotal to extend the fight and to give yourself some forgiveness, but... the respawns are also very close at this point of the game for Flyquest, so you may not even need it.
Yeah, we've got, listen, Harvey, this is his home as Loki. It's literally Loki's home in the lore. Love to see TTK on that Magneto as always. Delena going to Star-Lord, and Terra starting out with 20% already, charging up, getting early poke damage.
Up, and Terra was in dire straits, but manages to get out, not before he's pulled back in by energy, and finished.
Wow, energy getting that pick there on Terra was massive. Able to...
Galactic Legend and the critical Guardian Shield from SGP to save the double kill. Oh, the cherry on top for the fight of 100 Thieves, but what a placement of the invisible boundary, allowing this defense to recontest while not being seen. And it was so far back that Flyquest just didn't want to step into it. And allow help from his team. He was below half health, and response from 100 Thieves to take advantage of taking down one of the vanguards as the front line crumbles, and Flyquest are cracked like an egg.
Oh my days, they dropped everything there, and the main problem was they didn't bite out the lanterns. Loki was able, and Harvey...
as the invisible boundary from Zelos provides some critical healing. Flyquest taking this one step at a time, but they gotta put pedal to the metal, and it's light that unleashes. The Meteor M from TTK isn't fully held, doesn't need most of that damage. 100 Thieves, their backs against the wall, one duelist down. Harvey does copy some strategist ultimates to stabilize, but this offensive strangling prison from SparkChief, they're throwing everything at 100 Thieves, and the Kraken impact from energy is just enough to tilt the scales. But you haven't wiped 100 Thieves yet. They're still around contesting, but this will finally be capped by Flyquest.
Folks, this is the finals, and you see this in the finals. That is incredible. Again, I felt that ultimate in my soul. A fantastic job there from Fly. Able...
1 minute left, though, and look at Delena getting aggressive, and it's the Galactic Legend by 1%. Light will outrace the duelist, but a Guardian Shield from SGP keeps Delena still kicking, and Light gets pulled in by the Bucky and still has not fallen, Cozy.
Yeah, fantastic use also of the lanterns. Those are off cooldown now as they're pushing in, trying to get an important pick to get the things rolling. And Harvey's going to get that pick with Zealous. Massive to get things rolling for them, but Light going to respond to Delena, taking out one of the biggest threats from 100 Thieves. And at this point, they have plenty in the arsenal that can go with the Kraken impact. And here it is. We've got a Cooper ult. Was that a prison?
I saw Vinny with the prison too, just after all the strategist ultimates were exhausted and the energy survived. Flyquest, they flew, but how do they finally defeat 100 Thieves? They just seem unmatchable. It is a Galactic Legend from the defense. Delena can't see much around the corner in the invisible boundary, and the dominoes fall. Flyquest, it's overtime. They're getting some progress. They have the space. Delena's flying back, hopes to rejoin the strategist, and things are getting hectic. You got the portal in from TTK. They have not given up.
Even with these spawns so close, TTK going on the high ground this time and trying to mix up a little bit of their defense. Insane approach there as the lantern's been used. The lanterns cannot protect a huge clutch pull from Terra, taking down Light. Vinny taking down Gaskin. 100 Thieves picking up right where they left off, and it is looking rough. Although we do have another portal coming in from Fly, keeping the momentum going. Energy pops in, switches to that strange, getting things going for them. And there it is. We've got Vinny with the ultimate, the Kraken impact landing down. Terra getting the 1, no 2. And Terra and 100 Thieves get the point.
Oh, what a push, but ultimately not getting point B. Invisible boundary from 100 Thieves to just keep themselves protected and hidden until reinforcements were on the way. And at the end of point B,
lights out.
3, 2, 1.
Playing lights out to keep the lights on, that's for sure. 100 Thieves. They were defending so well against Flyquest at the corner, almost repeating the pass of full holding Flyquest. And remember, 100 Thieves had like a 3-minute time bank when they capped this map last time. They are experts at this, pressuring already Flyquest back.
Coming, and who can get the first pick from it?
It's the Vinny strangling prison versus the invisible boundary. It's the dunk on top, put away.
Oh.
Only one fell. A chance for Flyquest to come back, surviving, but are they thriving? It's all up to energy to dwindle what's left of 100 Thieves to send them packing. and he's got the reset. A third one to go, and no one home to dis.
We've been seeing some go-go gadget pulls from these Buckies. I mean, it's insane with what they're...
Keep the few meters still alive for Flyquest. Respawns may be close, but this comeback is too far. 100 Thieves take map 1.
My goodness, this is the blockbuster finale that we've come for in this grand finals. Great job from, I would say, from Flyquest there. Obviously, looking at them getting rolled the first time they played, they did much better. But as we know, momentum, it goes back and forth. And at this point, all that momentum from their last matchup, well, it's coming their whole year as 100 Thieves feeling great and doing what they do good, making it a no-fly zone. That's what they're great at. Limit as we take a look at the stats.
Just Flyquest stepped up in moments that they shouldn't have, like the invisible boundary they had placed at the start of point B. They were worried about that strangling prison from Vinny that was still available. Burning T'Challa can be also a very open map depending on which part of Burning T'Challa you start on, and what Wolverine doesn't like is open maps with no cover. Wolverine needs time to sneak around.
Ready to rock and roll. We're seeing the Jeffs from Bo to give them the bubbles, getting to the point faster, and then they'll swap off into what they're going to play.
We were just laughing because somebody was showing off the Iron Man emotes, so now that we're locked in though, 100 Thieves will be Star-Lord. How aggressive do they want to be? It's the timing of the Magneto bubbles. You also have 2 pulls with the Bucky and the Invisible Woman, but the triple strategist from Flyquest is actually not going to have a Bucky, so a lot of survivability from their side.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, Tara picked that to just close in on the Adam Warlock. The Resurrection so good to shut down with Bucky. We saw it attempted to be a counter yesterday, and there it is. We already have the Lanterns going down for... Wow, that's early.
A thing? I guess that he is. And Galactic Legend ready with even Invisible Boundary. If Flyquest want to take a step back, it's up to 100 Thieves to see if they'll want to match that. First, it's Light unleashing with the Galactic Legend. The shields are out from 100 Thieves as they scatter, and even the Loki crystals to survive, but Terra's ready to respond. Kraken impact in, forces the Invisible Boundary from Cooper, and 100 Thieves lose Delena, lose Terra, and will lose this fight.
Oh no, and also popping ultimates in the meantime. Don't need Mantis. They actually forced it. I think it was the band they wanted, as Harvey has the copy ready to go as we kick things off. Zealous going down first.
Wow, just the poke war is huge. 100 Thieves need to be critical with this damage and focus because there's 3 strategists, a lot more forgiveness on the Flyquest.
They tried to set up to not get the picks they wanted, and 100 Thieves responded absolutely perfectly as we do have the Kraken impact coming down from Terra, but Light getting a huge pick on Selena. Keep in mind, we still have the passage reset for Light, but Light closing and doing what he does best as that Star-Lord, self-proclaimed best in the world, taking on Terra. Now Harvey, and it's looking like they'll be able to clean this up. We might get a last-minute strain portal, but overtime ticking. Lemon, will they get back in time? It's gonna be close, and Light showing the dominance, showing the confidence here as they take the first bit on Burning T'Challa.
Light is the hero waiting for that invisible boundary to pop, and for 100 to 99 on domination is the whole reason Flyquest chose to come here. They are so good at this map.
With their ultimate ready to rock and roll, and it's gonna be a while till Flight has something on deck.
And these extended fights, like when you run through strategies, there's so much stall that you create, especially a lot of options on the Loki to
see the switch there. And again, Audios, we do have the limit though, popping the ultimate early, hoping that there is no strategist ultimate to counter, and there's not. There's only the Lanterns that kept everybody alive briefly there, and it was enough to keep everybody alive through that legendary.
In the Meteor M to soak up a lot of that damage, and Delena fires back after seeing Light in the open. The iframes can only buy you so much time, but the invisible boundary, no other targets really for Delena to go for besides manage the Loki clones. Flyquest mostly fine, and they'll have res for Zealous once he pops that as well. It's gonna be an uphill battle for 100 Thieves unless Terra can dismantle 100 Thieves once and for all, and especially go after someone like Zealous. The pulls from Harvey haven't gotten anyone too fruitful, but 100 Thieves still have the point capped, and the Kraken impacts. At least Terra looks like he was about to unleash that. Vinny has them clobbering time, and the Gaskin's a little extended forward, so jumping in, SparkChief has to get involved, but they walk into the clobbering time of Vinny, and Flyquest overstep, trip over their laces, and have gifted maybe this fight to 100 Thieves. Zelos has brought back at least 3, but Terra, he's been insane, and if anything, you're giving more ult charge to 100 Thieves who have already capped over, and Flyquest now cannot give up on fighting.
Now be born again, come back to life, we don't care, come at us, but they just burned down SparkChief there. Benny playing lights out now, putting some early aggression here on Gaston, trying to get him down early. Gaston going down close, Gaston being taken down from Delina. Delina putting the team on the back with plenty of support as he's pushing in, getting them to spawn now. This is going to be it here, as there's just nobody.
Round 3 between these two teams on Flyquest choice of map. And for hundreds, the
clobbering time. I mean, SparkChief took like I was counting. I think it was 1 billion bullets to the chest. I mean, he absolutely got wiped out. And then at that 2-0.
And in this best of 7 or first to 4 grand final, is it Destiny Pulls looking for hooks out of this? Oh, Bucky and Gaskelin gets his meteor blocked somehow. Response by TTK. The Vanguards with Flyquest are low as they just try to protect themselves on the point. And these are 2 strategist ultimates out of 100 Thieves to take this very important first fight.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately there. Life is trying to be patient with that ultimate. Hold on now, though, Fly. SparkChief going on a tear here, getting the double kill. Super important as the pass is able to bring back a lot of Flyquest back into the fight. We do have the BRB device taking, getting the limit into things, but Harvey going down as well in Fly. They flipped the script here on a perfect point capture. Massive pick here to close out this point. TTK getting the wrap up, but there's the clobbering time with the perfect stop from it though. But no, Fly and TTK on the trade. Cooper with confidence. They're feeling great.
Even when you eliminate 1 strategist, Fly still have 2 more. When things get hectic, Flyquest just sustained longer than 100 Thieves, and overtime will dwindle. And 100 Thieves, even with the Aya of Agamotto and everything else, Flyquest managed to push it to the end and take map number 2 to tie ourselves 1-1.
Almost have gotten a piece of 100 Thieves in V, and now Flyquest going from a 0-2 dominance when we first saw them day 2 to now showing there's blood. They can make a mark, and for all those that did not think this would be competitive, it's the grand finals. There's everything at stake here for these teams in confidence and in play, and obviously money on the line here as we look at the stats limit. Anything jumping out to you?
As light as the GOAT, 16 final blows, 29k, and this was known as the Hela player, and now has become a lot more flexible to the other hit scans, but we'll see once everybody rolls out.
Like the Wolf v Wolf, Logan v Logan, and this is going to be a good one as Delina on their favorite home pick. Everybody's going to be playing at their best.
Yeah, Terra setting up top left. You can also play at the bridge on the right side. Lots of hidden places to be in as soon as So far, so good from Flyquest. Damage boost from the defensive side. What a read from Energy, forcing us to go to some death. And all eyes shift to Delena, and even the Doctor Strange shield in the face. Wait, Delena gets back down, still manages to get an elimination. Advantage for 100 Thieves. Light has to make magic happen, and it's a Light show with the Wolverine ultimate, catching TTK, ripping him limb from limb, and even the res is coming from SJP. Flyquest still have a lot of tempo that they can push through.
Yeah, great rotation there from Gaston going into protecting from the Hela, and that forced everyone to push up, and then Light was able to ult into that to create even more space, but 100 Thieves doing what they do best. The BRB device can pull off this ultimate at the right time. Though TTK going down is a massive loss right away, but the BRB device coming just off cooldown, but Delena in the back going crazy on the flank.
Yeah, the flank was huge. Of course, not the invisible boundary from Cooper, and that means the Wolverine ult from Terra went in, but Flyquest, they just shut it down immediately. Terra walked into a trap, and Flyquest still has some kick in them, but they have limited heals with just the rocket. Gasklin makes an impress coming up.
Yeah, thinking of Zealous early there. That was huge. SparkChief does trade and gets rid of the rocket and the BRB device. SparkChief also going crazy on Harvey, taking out both strategists. Gasklin closing the job there, and Terra getting the portal out immediately, ready to do the double block of portal. They're gonna have to go through the multiverse to get to this point in time, sticking through as they're trying to stall, trying to do what they can here. Delina getting a crucial pick on Cooper there, but SparkChief eliminates Delina.
You just don't see SparkChief on Venom every day, but 100 Thieves still have numbers and manage to still contest. Gasklin's getting in position for the Eye of Agamotto once 100 Thieves do flood in, but the lead on the flank is still annoying and blows, and Cooper's invisible boundary is forward. The Eye of Agamotto hits 5 out of the 6 of 100 Thieves, and Harvey saves the day with his own strategist ultimate. And now Terra tries to rejoin his defense, bring a Vanguard along with them, and there's only a few seconds left. It's overtime, and Terra, a 3-man TC with the Wolverine ultimate, and Delena with all the pins aligned, going for a strike. 100 Thieves have snuffed out the life of Flyquest, denying their capture of Point B.
No, my holy Stanley. I mean, the insane, fantastic ultimate from the strategist of RV there, keeping everybody up, because you had not only a perfection of an Agamotto there from Ghastly, but then
the Bucky, they eliminated Delena, forced out Reses, and Flyquest just kept pushing. TTK was the first, I think Delena first, then TTK, and the tempo was so off from...
Listen, if you want to beat the best, you got to be the best and take big risks, and Gasklin did there with the portal.
Damage at the start, so maybe trying to find a position. Meanwhile, Energy's on the high ground, just ruining everyone's day. He's going after the strategist. Finally, Delena creeps out from the shadows to deal. TC's 2, Light's in trouble, still survives. Goddess of Death is popped. The Reses on the side of Flyquest. This defense just does not falter, and 100 Thieves are getting tackled by this Wolverine. It's just not getting any better for 100 Thieves, who have not been able to really pull the trigger on their terms. There is still equal numbers, as 100 Thieves haven't given up.
Ooh. Yeah, huge Eye of Agamotto there, allowing Delena, whose aim is just transcendent since the last match. But Light responds alongside Gaston immediately to TTK and Harvey, flipping the script yet again. And then we've got, oh my goodness, Delena going up with the ultimate just to survive. That was a huge, they're going to want
to go up against, and it's not going to be easy. These Helas can also make a difference. Energy versus Delena with the stun. Hits Delena, will be brought back by the rocket as the damage boost is available. SJP waits for Delena to be back into the equation so they can subtract Flyquest. Thieves, Terra's off the map. He took Cooper with him. That's one strategist down, but Zelos, that's still kicking, and seconds are left. It's overtime for 100 Thieves, or Flyquest will go up in this series. And Light, he can do it all. He's also got claws in your eyes, and 100 Thieves have to race to keep the overtime with burning, but no cigar. Flyquest, take a map.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, usually you've got that trade in the Wolverine. Getting the support out is huge, but Light cold and just was lights out there at the end. I've got to say, I mean, this has been some anime arc final boss energy coming from Flyquest, and they have now put 100 Thieves in a position we have not seen them over the course of how many matches now, this entire 2-week invitational, and they are now down 2-1 as we look at who was responsible for the job, and I've got to give it to exactly who they gave it to, Lemon. Even without the Atom, Light is comfortable on Star-Lord. That's who he likes to play as they're going into the high ground play right away. And you can see Audios is playing the Jeff with chilling charisma. Hold on now. This is something we've not seen. The DPS Jeff is out, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of serpent turf with both Light getting the pick into the Audios. This is something new. They had something in the back pocket for round 3. Are you kidding me?
Is this serious? Is this real?
Wow.
Like, nobody does Jeff. Everyone, like, the ban is usually a throw. If you're doing it's just the bubbles, and he's sticky, still at the point cap. It could be 0 to 100 using a Jeff. Don't write this down, folks. The 100 Thieves don't have no ultimates. They just have to flip on. And how can they against the strangling presence from SparkChief? Oh, the first game win with a Jeff of all things. Flyquest truly are innovating.
This is, I hate to say it, cinema again. Like, how do we not say it? The screen is melting. They're going to keep in, locked in, ready to go here. And we've got ourselves a little bit of a different look, of course, as you mentioned before, going into this next battle. The advantage, though, again, Audio's able to push the team very quickly over to the...
So this is something that 100 Thieves have to check. They also have Terra on the Wolverine, who's doing the same thing on the other side, but sort of exposed himself to poke, and he has to dash back to the team. The passive from the Wolverine of Terra has already been popped, so we'll have to take a step back, and it's Vinny that gets aggressive looking for the prison, but now all the strategist ultimates are out. Vinny has to wait for his moment as Gasklin takes advantage of the extra healing. Meteor M on the dome of Delena. 1 down, 5 more to go for Flyquest.
Doesn't use it on the supports, instead uses it on Delena, but Terra says not if I have anything to do with it. A massive response in the Wolverine ultimate, taking out greatest soldiers out here, Jeff. I mean, it's insane that we've seen the memes, we've seen the jokes, but here it is, and Terra going with the immediate kidnap to Gaskin. Gaskin having to do the self-bubble. It's not enough. Oh my gosh, the damage focus as Light's trying to go back in on the supports behind. Does take down Harvey. Big pick there on the Loki. Dodges a beautiful roll there. Light says he's the best in the world. He's starting to prove it here. Key ability to go down, and look look at them. They're bowling. Adios getting the Luna out there. The perfect freeze there. Harvey swapping, hoping getting that Luna ult on. And this is the call and answer to that Adios Jeff that we saw.
Such a good adaptation, catching Adios, and you got the Fate of Both Worlds damage boost to push into the rest of Flyquest until Light tries to turn the tables. Galactic Legend in the air. SparkChief looking for the moment, strangling Prison, and 100 Thieves are caught, but the healing of the Loki doppelgangers plus the clap of SJP, Flyquest could never get reestablished.
Yeah, funny enough too, that's the hardest map for Jeff.
It's behind if they don't get really value with these ultimates that Jeff provides. So Vinny strangling Prison, that's the big win con to look for. It's all up to
best thing possible. Maybe Secret Wars will bring it as they're bringing it to the point here, going right away at each other. Harvey getting the close down early, but there's the slow coming to effect. He's just putting so much pressure, having to burn the lanterns right away, and Sarah having to back into them. That's a huge ability. They can now force that pressure even more so, and they've got the ults to follow it.
So far, good pressure with the Loki, and you got to deal with those doppelgangers too, or this is just going to be AP strangling Prison from SparkChief. 100 Thieves look alive and well as Delena at the moment to slam, and welcome to the Delena Jam as Flyquest will be a set behind from this moment, trying to stall out to the 40%-ish mark, and 100 already used, and it's Harvey that copies the Fate of Both Worlds as 100 Thieves get aggressive. Adios! Takes a few with them. Oh, he got eliminated. The jet bolt got canceled, Cozy.
Yeah, that's a big play there from Vinny, getting that splash damage to get him down from the walls. 100 Thieves now really taking over with a beautiful double kill, but Light getting the swap, but it's not going to be enough as Venom is doing great. The Vanguards are locking things down. Jaws is ready.
Low doesn't want to give that opening to Flyquest. SparkChief ready for his strangling Prison. Once separated away, and Gasklin in trouble. The Meteor M's back to safety, kicked off whether Flyquest are ready or not, as SGP eats the Meteor M. Not enough damage. Fate of Both Worlds out. Delena with 3 and 4 and looking for the ace, and no Joker left. Flyquest behind, over dwindles away, and 100 Thieves are close to tying our series.
Wow, unfortunate damage on the Luna. Instead of the healing, it was just done. It was absolute crazy perfect ultimate there. I mean, the classic. Love to see it. Great job from 100 Thieves again to reset, reload, even going down, obviously caught off surprise as we were. We were all caught by surprise with the Jeff, but Terra doing what they do best on the Wolverine and doing a great job there. Fantastic play. Let's check out the stats, and here we go. Look at the story that we have here. Lot of Psylocke strictly on Midtown. Plays a great Psylocke at the door.
And if Delena showed so much Psylocke in a previous tournament, and this is exactly what could pressure either the strategist or a duelist, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah, this is going to be a good Adam map for the Resurrect. There's a lot of places for the Adam to hide, get the cheeky res out, and stay out of the main team fight. TTK rolling things immediately. That Magneto is not going to be up for grabs. Vinny is very comfortable on the Groot on this map. Getting the huge separates on those strategists is huge. As the big claw comes in early there from the enemy. The 100 Thieves pulling in SparkChief, and now getting immediate pressure. TTK having to back out Lemon as the fight is commencing and the ults are building. And right now, going to get the slight edge. So 100 Thieves getting Light picked. That's massive, but he does have that passive.
What a wall two from Vinny as they got the pull from Harvey. And yes, Light will be back. But it's just when it rains, it pours. 100 Thieves know how to just keep adding it on when Flyquest are hiding. And now that you have flank pressure with a Psylocke, it's going to be even harder for Flyquest to have a sturdy backline.
Yeah, the BR
Flyquest, and Light tried to save the day with an Eye of Agava, or not an Eye of, a Galactic Legend, I should say. The Dance of Butterflies was maybe not even necessary, but Delena wasn't sure who was still alive, who was being revived, and just stops any chances for a Flyquest comeback.
Yeah, I hate that. Of Hell's Heaven, that could not have gone better for 100 Thieves, and unfortunately, there was a lot used to try to commit to that fight.
So many
and just the bam headshot there from Energy. We saw that from him on Vernon T'Challa. We're on the Wakanda map as they close and get a huge pull early on TPK. We've got Yagamoto coming up with the push out too to deliver, and they're using the Kraken impact to get the kill there on TPK, and it's about to snowball Lemon.
The energy pull, the Eye of Agamotto right into his own team. But Flyquest, this was all their plan, and they're pushing pushing into the 100 Thieves spawn, and momentum have shifted towards the defense. And there's
an amazing push to keep things at bay for Flyquest. We have SparkChief ready to go. Light has his... Oh, he's got the ultimate to use here. Will he use it? We got the walls going up. No, he destroyed. Oh, no, it's Terra, though, on SparkChief. And Delina taking out Cooper in return. BRB device used.
Yeah, and SparkChief's back, but the rest of the team has fallen. So what a good kidnap, though, from 100 Thieves.
There with the Psylocke. Dylan is staying on that pick, though, as they push in for the final fight here. Vinny lock and loaded with the prison. And Terra with the huge kidnap.
Oh, Cooper is down. And there's the CC. Terra goes for the entire team. And the paycheck, too. Flyquest caught completely off guard, wanting to play off of a strangling prison. And they can't even use the damage moves that Zello left behind, and no one to contest. A minute 22 locked in by Flyquest.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it. Listen, I think Hulk says it best. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I mean, that is what we're seeing from...
Before you even know what's happening. So Flyquest are requiring a little bit more setup, some time to operate around their Vanguard ultimates, even some pulls from Cooper, and 100 Thieves are just...
The whole match, it's going to be tough. But the comfortability, I think, is what really speaks to it a little bit early, but using that cloak levitation that could come back to haunt them if they do push and have that aggression. They did this with Sentinels a little bit and gave them the space to push here. We're seeing a similar strategy.
Flyquest have energy so low. A great finish by TTK, and Zelos will bring him back, but that's a cooldown. Exhausted as SparkChief hasn't been too aggressive. They just wait for the tackle from Light, and he gets the Hulk bubble too, which is big, and it's a kidnap. 100 Thieves could not save, but they still have the rocket cooldown. Vinny's back in the picture. Boundary too, if they set that in deep, like 100 Thieves are not going to have really any space to play with. And taking the Groot, this is just the worst person Vinny has nothing to protect himself with as a Groot enjoyer.
Oh.
Cracking him back. They're trying to find where these flankers are. Now there's only Delena to worry about, and Light just gets to control the pace of when they want to take this fight. There is a Psylocke behind them. Delena's back in. You got a CC. 100 Thieves save themselves with an invisible boundary and pepper in the damage boost of SJP. They'll be back at full force as TTK could be setting up an Eye of Agamotto, and Flyquest are playing as far as possible because they got to get this Psylocke out of their backline.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaston, though, getting awfully close to it as well, and Terra closing down SparkChief, getting rid of Bruce, having a huge setback there. Is also able to bring back the Hulk. That's what they like in this game plan. That's what they want. We're about to have...
He's just playing as passive as possible. The approach to SparkChief close to the claw break time, but it's Light that carves through Delena, who is setting up for the dance of the butterflies, and Flyquest protects their team with the invisible boundaries exchange. Flyquest have exhausted a lot from 100 Thieves already, and they claw break time to set 100 Thieves back even more.
I mean, huge flush to get the finish. They did massive clobbering time. Obviously, there's another fight to come here in just a second. They're gonna have to push. They're the motor ready, but Gaston can be the hero here.
One last touch from Flyquest. You have the Eye of Agamotto, the hits from Gaston, the backline with love, and 100 Thieves just don't have a lot of healing. They do have the damage boost from SJP, and it's overtime that dwindles away, and you don't have energy, you don't have light, and you don't have damage. If you're Flyquest, it's just about extending the game for respawns to come in, but 100 Thieves are that much closer, and that much closer to taking the series. What a defense, and what a map from 100 Thieves.
Once again, a no-fly zone, and Gaston even nailed the he got some use of the Agamotto, but the follow-up just wasn't there, and Terra able to put things into his own hands and metal arm at that. Great job. It really seemed like, listen, they wanted... Flyquest had a plan going in. They had to adjust on the fly. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves were in the driver's seat that entire time.
And that's 100 Thieves with now back-to-back map wins. Series point 3-2. Can compositions, Flyquest, it's the Gasklin Strange. He wants that mirror against TTK, who is also known as like up and look at Light on the top rope. He's gonna be doing exactly that, putting 100 Thieves 6 feet under if they're not gonna mark this. And Loki Crystal's not enough to save this backline. 100 Thieves just full sent it and just couldn't worry about their supports. They just had so many problems at the front, and then energy. You can't forget about all the heads he's taken off and the angles that he does. There's so many problems to solve and almost...
Off the map, did not get the correct impact. There's the monster coming out. TTK forced to use that Eye of Agamotto and just burning down this punk monster Hulk. But they are able to get back to the fight a little bit as light comes back as the Wolverine here getting the touch, getting the pressure, allowing everybody else to get into the full. But honestly, this is going to be a little bit of ult feed. They get the point. It's done. And a great response. Vinny going with the dive character to match the Hulk and get the equal pressure onto Fly.
Well, look, I mean, Vinny and friends are still diving in. They have an advantage, and 100 Thieves are definitely going to keep pressing. And now they have Deletta in a forward position. Gasclight's going to get staggered too. Respawns from Fly's going to have some time to breathe.
Yeah, Agamotto's coming in any second. Oh, and with the huge stun spot, stopping SparkChief, he's going to get picked off here and used all their efforts to take down the Venom Pest, but he can get the fight pretty easily back. Cooper disappearing, being the god of trickery, but goes down to Vinny. And can the energy get enough pickoff here? No, cannot. And this is going to be a wrap on this point of the map, and they did not even have to use everything they had in store. This is going to be a gas, and that's going to be the massive front pressure in the cooker for Flyquest. And now Deletta takes down SparkChief, the hero you just said was hard to take down. Energy does trade with Terra, going to give them a little bit of space, but they have to back into a room for safety, going to give more space up for this payload.
The Invisible Woman so pivotal as SJP pulls the Venom before they could web swing away as Delena gets comms about where energy is, and that's the information game between the two. And look at this pressure. You have Vinny lurking behind Flyquest, forcing them to have to deal with that problem, and the cart is approaching its destination. You gotta see Gaskin hit this Eye of Agamotto, and it's Cooper with the invisible boundary, and just from above, from the top rope, SJP and Vinny are stunned, but the invisible boundary is still keeping...
And just absolutely have been on a tear here, giving it to the players. Fantastic play from every single roll on 100 Thieves. That's a tough map to push in. They got 3 points, 40 seconds.
The offense on this map starts infiltrating the base, that giant room. That's when... Light cooking. He's leaving spawn. He's leaving spawn. He's leaving spawn. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's leaving spawn. Cozy help.
Let's go. We got the Iron Fist on lock, who can be a great hero to get that pressure on and get the early dim result.
SparkChief has the ult, so he can just keep going. He's gonna pop it just in time to set up Gasling. The pins for the Eye of Agamotto, but it's taking too much time for Flyquest to develop. That's given time for Delenda to flank, and well, Light will kick him in the face, but there's just not enough firepower for Flyquest, not enough members to keep this going. They zoned off 100 Thieves for 2 takes, and they only really need to zone them off for 1 more to get the payload going. But there's only 90 seconds. They cannot falter. It's the Mantis ult for energy, and they gotta survive. There's the strategist hit by TTK, and Flyquest blind with rage, and I can't believe it. They swatted the flies. They've ended their quest. They are your champions, the North America's best.
Wow, again, just on life support at some point, taking out the defibrillator, making it this game their own, and they are officially the champion of the Marvel Rival Invitational. Is that there's some big heroes to come. And speaking of heroes to come to the game, we got some heroes to show you guys right now. 100 Thieves, I hear you guys are all together. Are you with us?
Yeah, we are with you. We are with you.
What's up? What's going on, boys? Congratulations. I don't even know where to begin. You guys are, came back, showed just huge resilience there. You know, got everything thrown at you from a freaking Jeff of all things, right?
Yeah.
Guys, how you feeling right now?
We're feeling really good after that. Like, it took us 3 maps to lock in. Like, the first 3 maps, we really weren't locked in. A lot of people were nervous and all this. Like, this, as an individuals, like as a group, like we've all just been here, like first time ever at a LAN center all together or a compound, and it's like unreal experience that we've had, especially in this MRI too.
Awesome.
Yeah. And how are these duelist matchups? Because that had us, I know like the Vanguards were close too, but just Deletta versus Energy, Terra versus Light. Like, how'd you guys think that matchup went?
We went fine. Like, literally the only reason like why it was like no ego thing, why it was close is because we were nerves. Like, there was nerves in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, bound to happen in the grand finals.
Do you want to say anything? Okay. Yeah, the two.
Well, thank you guys for putting on a show. We appreciate you guys being here and just being the dominant force that you were. Can't wait to see more of you from in the MRC 100 Thieves. You guys have Dynasty in the making. We hope to see it. We're cheering for you guys. We respect you guys. Thank you guys for, again, being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, 100 Thieves, the best in North America and maybe in the world. With how good they played, I don't know, that Virtus Pro match would be sick. And that just means, you know, if we want to get Ping a sign, if we want to get a Marvel Rivals land going, like we